Alright, this is going to be a little tight, but I'm going to do a comparison between my two A2 clones right here. One's the PSA I already made a video on, and the other one is the Colt that I just got in. And really try to see why this is a $500 rifle and that's a $1,000 rifle. You know, is it just the name or parts? So we'll go through it one by one. Really, to start off, just go through the barrel. The PSA, it is marked here. It is a 5.56 barrel, 1/7 twist. It is nitride finished. It is also an A2 profile. I'll take the handguards off later, but it's 4150 chromoly vanadium with non-chromine barrel. The Colt is also 5.56 mark NATO 1/7 twist. It is also 4150 chromoly vanadium. The finish on it is manganese phosphate, and it's also a 6 groove. It is chrome lined, and both of these barrels have M4 feed ramps on them. The handguards themselves, they're both pretty much A2 style. This one has a more oval feeling. It's a little bigger too. I don't like it. And if you look, there's no tabs. All the tabs are internal, and it's a little higher. And this part right here, it's raised. And on the Colt, it's indented. You can feel it. You might not be able to see it, but this is nice and round. And also those tabs I was talking about, you can see them. There's a tab here, and then a tab on the other side. The front sights are both A-frames. They are both F-marked, and you know, elevation adjustable. They both do have bayonet lugs, and they do have the sling swivels. A2 bird cages on both. The uppers, they are both 7075 T6 forged aluminum. They are both T-marked. You can see, here's the PSA T-marked. And you know, the A2 handle's covering up the T-marks on this one, but it is. Let's see if I don't have these too tight. So, look pretty good. T-marks on the PSA are a little bigger. That really doesn't matter at all. Unless you're going blind. Alright. They are both anodized aluminum. This, the PSA one has the square marking for the forging. That's a brass aluminum forging stamping on it, and the upper and the lower on this they're supposed to be made by Aero Precision for PSA, which is a well-known good quality company. And the Colt has the C in the keyhole, of course, which is a Colt M4 forging, and it actually says, you can't really see, but it says M4 right there, also on the top for the rail. And let's see what else. The lowers, they're both 7075 T6 aluminum, and this is also Aero, and that's Colt. They're both anodized, and the triggers on them, they're both GI single stage triggers. I should try to show you the difference between them. This one, it's gritty, comes to a okay break, mechanical, reset, and just gritty. On the Colt one, it's also pretty gritty, has a little bit cleaner break. You can see, you probably hear the reset difference. It's got a little better reset. just a little better. It's nothing special though, at all. And I mean the stocks on them. The PSA A2 stock. It has plastic buttstock, or butt pad, and it does have the metal. I hate these things. It does have the metal plunger, and it is the white internal foam. But it does have that metal, the metal plunger in it. And the Colt, it is also plastic, and it does have the metal plunger also. These things always hate me. There we go. And also it is the white foam in it. So these look almost identical. And they both fit on really nice. The the spacer right here is just a little shinier than on the Colt. And already went over the handguard, so that's everything for outside. I mean, they both have A2 handguards on them. They're both standard charging handles. And both have doors. Both have the forward assist on them. This does have the markings on the PSA does have the markings on the back. And the Colt, for the safety, it has fire safe, and it is ambidextrous because this is their M4 or M4. This is their A4 clone or setup. And the Colt does have Colt markings on the safety right back here. And this PSA is all PSA lower parts. But we'll go through the profiles real fast. Oh, she's tight. She's a tight one. I love those. No, I don't have any that stupid tool or anything. Don't need it. Are you gonna pump that thing around just to take off some handguards? These are aluminum heat shield. Here's the profile on the PSA. Of course, it's the 20-inch rifle length. So the Colt, D-ring on the Colt should be a lot nicer. Yep. Also, we'll go over them in a sec. So the Colt and the PSA, they look pretty close. See that that gas tube on the PSA has a little bit different angle on the back where it's coming up. Just a little bit more of an angle right here than the Colt does. But see these handguards on the inside. See the difference? It does have a little bit different profile on the heat shield, and also doesn't have the male and the female here. These are male, these are female, these are just flat. So they don't lock in as well as the PSA, but I just don't like the feel of them. I can't get over it. So the D-ring's a little better on the Colt. They both have the A1 style triangle front handguard retainers on them. And actually what I noticed is the PSA is about a 1/4 inch longer. See if I can. I'll just bust both of them down. Come on. All right. to bear with me on this one. But you can see they are lined up in the back. PSA is a little longer. Don't know why, but about a quarter to a half inch longer on it. Show you the milling on it. They look almost exactly the same. This does have just a semi-auto bolt in it. I mean, you can put whatever bolt you want into it. This one has a Colt, just a little bit different. It's a full auto bolt. And you know, the forging and everything, the milling, they look pretty identical. This has a 4T stamp on it. I don't know what for. The Colt doesn't. The pins, retainers, looks a little different. But I mean, basically they look exactly the same. And the lowers on them, that's where you get a little different. So, you know, up here in the magwell, this Colt, if you can tell, it's a little bit thicker walled right here. And the PSA is a little bit thinner. So you're going to have that. And the trigger mechanisms look basically exactly the same. But you can see the milling angles here are a little different. And this does have a webbing. This is the Colt on the bottom. It has a webbing across here, so you can't put a sear in it. That was their their explanation of why they put a webbing right there. And some guys say it just adds a little bit weight to make it simulate the A2s, the A4s more. But whatever. I don't really care. The wall is a little thicker on the Colt than the PSA also here. The PSA isn't milled out for a sear either. So, I mean, the only one I do have, where are they? This is my PSA. Oh, yeah. So I can show you what I'm talking about. Come on. Sorry guys, bear with me. There we go. Alright, so this is an Anderson lower. And it's got that little cut there. So, here's the PSA. It's got that little extra milling right here. And that would be room for a sear. And actually you can see on there the sides, the mag walls, they're nice and thick too. And these Anderson lowers, man, they're quality. For $50 for whatever you get them for, they're sweet. And they are all mil spec. Oh, here, showing this thing. This guy's gotta have it. I got my front grip on it, but it's got the milling also for it, for the sear. But also on this is a Diamondback. You can see it's got the same forge marks as the PSA, so it's brass aluminum forging on it. What else? Man, I think that's about it. You know, they have standard lower parts kit, really, except for, you know, this one's Colt, marked up Colt, and just little differences. I don't see, I mean, I haven't shot either of these yet. We'll do the buffers. Buffers are both, you know, A2 rifle length handguards, or rifle length buffers. So here's the Colt and PSA Colt. They look identical, exactly the same. They both have the weights in this feel or sound a little more clunky than this one. So the Colt maybe, probably a little better built, but I don't know. Is it really worth 500 more bucks just to have a Colt? I mean, I bought it just because the PSA just didn't feel right in my hands, and I've had an M16 long enough in the service to really, just for it to bug me. But for any typical guy in civilian world that just wants a plinker or a shooter, I don't think I'd have any problem, recommending the PSA. It's quality enough, and to save yourself 500 bucks, go buy 1,500 rounds worth of ammo and shoot the hell out of the thing. And actually, I want to see one more thing. Let's see how this PSA and this the Colt lock up. See how they fit on them. Man, thing is, doesn't rock, doesn't move at all. That's pretty nice. Yep, functions fine. So they do lock up well. So that's a good sign. But we'll put them back together. So yeah, not much of a difference. I mean, just chrome line versus non-chrome line. They're both the same barrel material, except for this is phosphate and that's nitrided. Both have M4 feed ramps. Uppers and lowers are the same material. This got a little more metal on the lower, at least. It's not as thin walled. But you're not really putting any. Nothing's really happening down here except for magazines. Changing out magazines and maybe hitting it once in a while. All the forces, up here and back here. So, I don't know. Your call. Just give you a little insight on it. And, my comparisons. Really not big difference on it. I could always throw A2 handguards on this thing, stock ones. And I'm sure it would feel pretty close or pretty good. I gotta throw a Geisel, whatever, SSA or SSA trigger in it, and then I'll be done with this. I'm just gonna keep the A2 handguard sight or handle sight on it, and this is gonna be my my A2 clone. And if I really want to, I could pop this off, put a scope on it, and go out and plink or do whatever I gotta do with it. And I don't know. Make it a 2-point sling for it, just to mimic the one I had. And this is actually going bye today, so I wanted to make the video real quick. And this is going to turn into the AREX Rex 01S 9mm. So I'm going to go out and beat the crap out of that thing and do a review for you guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.